Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. So I'm so excited because after waiting for 3 months, the premiere of Once Upon a Time premiered tonight, and the season premiered tonight of Once Upon a Time. And let me just say, this was a great season premiere. It literally kept me guessing the whole time. I didn't really dive into the characters' past a lot, except the first scene we see. It basically starts with a magic carpet ride with Jafar flying in and meeting Aladdin. So this season, if you guys didn't already know, we're going to be seeing Aladdin, Jasmine, and Jafar. And Jafar isn't the same Jafar as in Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. And I'm very disappointed because Naveen Andrews was a great Jafar. But Jafar told Aladdin that, because it looked like Aladdin was weak or something, Jafar said that because we find out that Aladdin's a savior, and he says with saviors they give and give and give until they basically can't give anymore. So that made me think that we're going to dive into we're going to get some more info about saviors, which I think is a long time coming. So basically, well, I think I'll just start with each ship or individual person. There wasn't really any snowing scenes this time, except when they go into the woods, and I guess people set a trap for them, and it was really funny because they were like amateurs, and Snow and Charming have been there and done that already. We got to see this blimp come in from Untold Stories, and now the people from the Untold Stories are in Storybrooke, like I mentioned with Snow and Charming. Emma is definitely going through a lot. She has this like new side effect with her being a savior. She's starting to get these like tremors in her hand, and she doesn't know what's going on at all. I mean, she doesn't know if it's a new power or something's going on. So she actually goes to an unlikely source and goes to Hyde for assistance. And he mentions that this red bird will help Emma in what's wrong with her. And Emma follows the red bird, and she meets this girl who we saw in the first scene with Aladdin. I think she was called the Oracle, and the red bird is actually her pet. And from seeing Harry Potter with a red bird, I'm wondering if the red bird is a phoenix or not. I'm not 100% on that because I'm not 100% because I haven't seen Harry Potter movies in a while, but can't a phoenix bring people back from the dead? I don't know. But anyway, she tells Emma that the side effects she's having and the visions she has is actually foretelling her future. So, and she said that's not the first time that that's happened to a savior. Saviors have always had that power, and Emma's just coming into that. So she sees that in this battle with, we can't really see because they were in a black cloak, but Emma does die in that battle. And I keep thinking that Emma's not gonna die. I mean, Hook's gonna kiss her, and True Love's kiss is gonna wake her up. And that's another thing too. Hook and Emma just can't get a scene. They can't just, well, they could get a scene, but they just can't have a kiss without interruptions or anything like that. So, Hook's obviously very worried about Emma because after all they've been through, I mean, he just came back from the underworld. And Emma reassures him that, everything's okay, and she's actually kind of a bad liar. With Hyde, he's quite the devious person. Apparently, he's known quite a bit of saviors before, and I don't know, something about Hyde. He's kind of hot and mysterious looking. But they offer up poor Jekyll as bait to try to bargain with Hyde, but they that didn't work, but they were able to put the cuffs on Hyde, so now he's in Zelina's old cell. And I'm wondering if Hyde's going to be in the cell the whole season, or if we're going to see more of Hyde. Rumple and Belle's scenes were very interesting. Rumple goes to the Temple of Morpheus because of the deal he made with Hyde, that if Rumple gave Hyde Storybook, that Hyde will give Rumple information how to wake Belle. So Rumple goes to the Temple of Morpheus and finds out he has only 1 hour to wake Belle, or she'll be into that room that we saw in earlier seasons when you're in the sleeping curse, that she'll be in the fire room, like, permanently. And we see that Belle is in the outfit like they were back in Skin Deep, so Rumple has to get Belle to fall in love with him in only an hour's time, so he's got a lot of work ahead of him. You see a lot of the similarities from in the episode Skin Deep, when Belle almost drops the cup and makes a chip, but Rumple catches the cup and he tries to woo Belle, and it was actually a very touching scene because it was very familiar to the season 4 premiere when Rumple and Belle had their honeymoon. Rumple snapped his finger and Beauty and the Beast started playing on this record instrumentally, and then he snaps his finger and Belle's in the gold gown and he's in his outfit, and I really love that. I've always loved Beauty and the Beast myself, and I think it's great that the writers paid tribute to it, and it's Beauty and the Beast's 25th anniversary this year, and I don't know what it is about hearing that song, but it's just so heartwarming. It's truly a tale as old as time. But Belle catches on pretty quick and realizes that this has happened before. And Rumple's trying to convince her, like, that he can change again. And Morpheus then comes in and says, time's up. And Rumple's like, no, there's still some sand left. And he then reveals that that's actually Belle and Rumple's son. That he just wanted to test Belle to see if she would fall for Rumple's tricks again. So I'm not 100% if their son is actually Morpheus, or he was just in the form of Morpheus to try to give Belle a warning. But it was quite interesting because Rumple did not wake Belle up with True Love's Kiss. It was actually her child. And so it is confirmed that Rumple and Belle are having a boy, whether they're naming him Morpheus or what they're naming him, I have no idea yet. But Belle makes it very clear that she'll go home with him, but there's no home, she'll have a separate home than Rumple. They'll be separated. What I did really love is that with Regina, we get to see her and Zelina as roommates, and I think it's so touching and it's so funny because that's what Cora, their mom, before she went on to Olympus, that's what she wanted, was for her daughters to be together. And you see that the house is a mess, and Regina hates messes, so this is a bit much for her. And Zelina is trying to take care of the baby, and she remembers that Roland gave Regina the part of Robin's arrow to give to her, and Regina's upset that Zelina can't find it, and we actually got to see her have scenes of Snow, and I know that's a long time coming because usually they cut the scenes out with Regina and Snow. And they had a heart-to-heart. She convinced Regina to be honest with Zelina and how she's feeling, and Regina goes to back to her office, and she hasn't been there since Robin had died. And she tells Zelina that she blames her, that it's her fault that this happened to Robin Hood. But at the same time, Zelina is mad at Regina because she got rid of the one part that was similar to Zelina, what made them alike. So Zelina then decides to move out of Regina's house, and I just find it like that one fight's gonna really break up the sisters like that. It's just, I really hoped that they could still be roommates. But, Regina really hasn't had time to grieve over Robin Hood's death. I mean, we're still having a hard time trying to process what happened to Robin Hood. We're still in denial. I'm still in denial. And she is at home, and she tries to use a locator spell where with Robin Hood's I don't know what you call it, his carry that he carried his arrows in. He tries to use a locator spell, but Henry catches her and says, you know, well, I thought she was gonna burn it at first, to forget Robin Hood, but Henry catches on and says that's a locator spell that she's using, and she actually, from what Hades said, that, Robin Hood's obliterated. Henry mentioned that villains will say anything to try to get their way, so Regina still has some hope that Robin Hood is at peace, and I'm gonna need some physical proof to know that Robin Hood is at peace. And Regina and Snow have another heart-to-heart, and she said that she feels bad that she was a terrible stepmother to Snow. And she asked Snow, how did she get through all that? And she actually said that Regina is the one that taught her to have hope and faith. And Regina decides that she wants to start a new story, one where the evil queen isn't a part of it, and hopefully her ending could be better. And the episode ends with Zelena going back to her house of baby Robin, and the queen is there. And she said, it's like funny how you always want a sister, but you got the wrong one. So they said, let's bond. And it was funny because she had some appletinis and they were green. So, like, nothing like sisterly bonding for appletinis. So, I'm definitely excited to have more Lana this season, but I don't like where the writers are going with this, because it's like, I'm pretty sure that Emma's villain is the evil queen. So it's like, if they destroy the evil queen, do they destroy Regina then? Because the evil queen is a part of Regina. So if they kill the evil queen in battle, does that mean they kill Regina? I mean, if they do anything to the evil queen, is that going to happen to Regina too? And I just didn't like how they got rid of the evil queen from Regina, how they separated Regina and the evil queen, because that's a part of them. And it's like, Regina's a lot stronger than to listen to other people. I mean, has so much inner strength that why would she try to get rid of something that's so much a part of her? I'm hoping they could explain that a little better. Looking forward to next week's episode. I'm hoping that the fight that Zelena and Regina have doesn't come between them as sisters, because it looks like the queen is going to come between them and have Zelena go on her side in a way. So I'm hoping Zelena can actually redeem herself and learn from Regina and be a hero, and see that Regina is really trying, but what she said in her office to Zelena, she didn't really mean it. She's just grieving. She hasn't had time to grieve yet. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode of Once Upon a Time. I hope you guys enjoyed my Once Upon a Time recap. Until next time, stay regal.